Black fatigue, huh? Okay. Oh my goodness. So at this point in time, I can't get upset. All right. I know many of y'all are probably livid hearing and seeing the foolishness that is going on right now. Because there's this new talking point that the Sambos of the races are putting out there. It's this concept of, oh, black fatigue. All right. We have black fatigue. Even black people have black fatigue. And it's being put out there and promoted by the typical miscreants, right? You have the Sambos out there and you have the racists out there, whether it's, Mark Dice, the Coon twins, the list goes on.
And I actually think that a more accurate term for black fatigue really is Edward fatigue, to be honest with you, or ghetto fatigue.
I miss you like a hog miss flop, like a baby miss mammy's titty.
And it seems that it's a very coordinated effort, right? They're giving their talking points from the powers that be. I don't know. We already saw that Tim Pool was given his talking points by Russia. So I don't know. These people are given talking points and they put out these videos in attempts to make them go viral and to spur just a division. And I came across this on Twitter because it was this failed YouTuber who was talking about, black fatigue and black people view themselves by the color of their skin, not the content of their character and stuff like that.
The lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character.
What? And I couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, y'all can't be this dumb. This is absolutely hysterical. This whole notion that they're trying to put out there by these Sambos of these races, of this whole black fatigue, I find it absolutely hysterical. And I'm going to tell you why I find it hysterical, right? Because in the same week that they're talking about more black fatigue, let's just think about this. We had a woman go on national television and say she was a racist, all right? And she was an unapologetic racist, Piers Morgan. In the same week that they talk about black fatigue, we had a woman, a single mother, all right, who had a history of DUIs, fighting in public. That's what she was charged for, brawling in public. Call a little black kid the N-word, okay, in the same week. In the same week, that same woman has raised almost nearly $1 million for calling the little black kid an N-word, just so we're clear. In the same week that they talk about black fatigue. In the same week they talking about black fatigue, we had a man who was pulled over by California Highway Patrol come out of his car with an AR-15 walking towards police officers in the same week. In the same week, we had two little white boys who were pointing a gun at police as they all spent like 5 hours trying to get the kids to put the gun down, all right? To the point where an officer had to walk around and just take the gun out of their hand. This is in the same week they talk about black fatigue. Now, I've never seen an officer do that for a little black kid. They sure as heck didn't do it for Tamir Rice, but this is what we're witnessing. In the same week, we had a teacher who was charged, multiple teachers who were charged with messing with the kids. That's in the same week. In the same week they talk about black fatigue, we just recently had a father completely send his whole family to the afterlife, and they talking about black fatigue. Now, riddle me this, Batman. Riddle me this, Batman. What fatigue, based off of the events that I just told you that happened within this week, what fatigue do you think the country should have?
He's out of line, but he's right.
I forgot to even mention in the same week, we talking about the destruction of the economy, people losing their jobs, an incoming recession. I don't know, call me crazy, but I've never in the history of this country come across the expression of white fatigue. Isn't that interesting? You could have your 401k completely hit the gutter. You can lose your federal job and be homeless. They're about to, as far as completely end Section 8 housing, which is going to extremely have a negative impact on the white community. But they doing everything and anything. And I've never heard someone come out and say, you know what I have? I have white fatigue. That's what I have. That's what I have. I have white fatigue. I find it absolutely hysterical. That's why I can't help but laugh. Because I'm like, all the things that's happening, now you coming up with black fatigue?
What? What are you talking about?
This is why I don't take these Sambo seriously. Out of everything that's going on, I would think we would have Sambo fatigue, wouldn't you? Should we have the Sambo fatigue? But this is the problem. This is something that I've said. You have these races who fund these Sambos, and then they use the narratives that they paid them to promote. They use them as it's proof that it's organic. They'll use like a Candace Owens, right? And her documentary on George Floyd, like, look, see, even she's admitting it. And it's just like, bruh, she's doing what you told her to do, bruh. What do you mean? They're doing what they're getting paid to do. The tantrums are getting paid. They're saying what they're getting paid to say. None of this is organic. None of this is just like, you know what? They're free thinkers and they're fighting against the culture and everything. And it's like nobody wants to have that conversation. That's what I find funny. I'm like, what culture? What are you talking about? I find it interesting that everybody was free speech at the Daily Wire until Candace Owens moved the reticle over just, look, 2 steps to the left, right?
Wake up, nigga.
But you know what I have? I have evil fatigue. Okay, that's what I have. I have lineage of evil fatigue. How about that? That encompasses all of y'all. All right? That encompasses all y'all. Okay? The racists, the Sambos, all y'all like. That's what I have. I have lineage of evil fatigue. That includes as far as the Sambo fatigue and the racist fatigue. That's what that includes. So when I hear, these black faces, because that's all they are, they're nothing more than black faces, that come out and say such foolishness, that say such drivel, and then they're reimbursed for their talking points, for their propaganda, and then they're promoted by, the other races. It's like it's a cacophony of stupidity. That's what it is. None of these individuals have an IQ above room temperature. You know that. I know that. We can listen to them talk in the arguments that they believe that they're forming. They're not very intelligent, just like the majority that they represent. The majority of the white ignorants, the majority of the black ignorants, all of them, the ignorants they're dumb. They're low IQ. But they need to feel good about their situation. So, as we see with Lyndon Johnson, you have these individuals who feel good due to the color of their skin. That's it. They can have a high school education, don't even have a GED. They can look like a rock, bruh. They can look like a squirrel and think they the best thing on the trailer park in the community. Their value is derived not from their conditions, but from the color of their skin. And if that's where their value is derived, then you can take anything and everything in their pockets. You can take their land. You can take their lives, as we can see. You can take everything and anything from them because you have managed to condition these white ignorants that the color of their skin is the only thing that matters. So, it's sad, but the real people who are being bamboozled are them. They're the ones that are getting hustled. And all of us have to, we have to, be victimized by these ignorants. It's unfortunate, But, they think that they're doing something with, black fatigue. Okay, by all means. So now what? What do we do now, huh? Y'all got black fatigue, now what? What's the solution? What's the game plan? What are you going to do? Nothing. They're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do anything. This is what I'm talking about. It's all yap, 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 yap. So when people talk about, what's that crimson chin looking woman who was on Piers Morgan, whatever her name is, when they talk about, they want the race war and everything. Listen, y'all don't want it. What are you talking about? You guys don't want it. All the yip yapping that y'all were doing during COVID and talk about, the freedom of America shall not be infringed, the Second Amendment, and all this goofy stuff. Y'all didn't do a damn thing during COVID. Please stop. I know you sleep in your bed and want to think about Aryan race and everything, but at the end of the day, you live in your parents' basement. Okay, and you work at Wendy's. So come back to reality. That's all I'm saying. Come back to reality. I know you a god online, right? You're a god online or whatever, the memes and all your stats and everything. They love these charts, bro. They love these outdated charts. But in the real world, right? In the real world, you're a loser. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. You're a loser, racist, which is majority of what many of these people are. So, if they have to live their fantasies online, by all means, I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem with that. If you want to say some racist Cooper for Cocoa Puffs online, you go ahead and do that. Feel good about yourself, all right? Feel good about yourself. But you'll come to a very harsh realization that doesn't translate very well in the real world, okay? Just Just so we're clear. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether I believe, look at Lou, I do have black fatigue, okay? I have black fatigue and I'm sick and tired of it. Or if you believe, okay, now what? Okay, well, what now? What's the game plan, little Timmy? What's the goal? What you gonna do about the black fatigue that you have, huh? Is there a medicine you can take? Can you take some Advil? I don't know. Some ibuprofen? What are you gonna do? Nothing. So all you want to do is just complain. You just want to bitch and moan. It's like nobody wants to hear that. Nobody. Nobody wants to hear your incessant whining and constantly say, "Oh, we victims and anti-white racists." Nobody wants to hear any of that. Okay, this drivel. It's just prattle at this point, and it's making my ears bleed. Like, come on. But if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Thursday through Saturday, disagreement day, you call in, and we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Edward fatigue, to be honest with you.